Ooh.
All right, so can I get a repeat of all the questions? You said paint. You said who are all those people?
Yes.
The skeletons.
Yes, I did say who are all those people.
Did anyone else say anything? There was one more question, I think. Was it
That
from
wasn't
you?
a question. I was just like, yes, you can paint me.
Sick. Okay. So she ignores your question
Great.
because it's not about paintings.
But
She starts with Olive. She goes and looks at the she goes to start painting the canvas. She taps down on her palette, but you guys realize as you get closer, there's no paint on it.
of course not.
Instead, she just starts going across. She starts with the background. The colors are dark, grays, purples, blues, and they remind you of a skyline that you had when you were younger, of Ustalov, of your home. The night sky, the same full moon from that night that you tried to forget about, but you never could. And then she starts painting the base. It starts with a bright light, a fire. And coming out of the fire is a large stake. You see, she then starts going around to little shapes, little wispy colors, with the same kind of dark blues and purples that the sky has, but they take the form of the citizens, looking towards the pyre. She stops at the center and pauses, looking at her piece before she draws the form of a woman, and you recognize it immediately. Then she turns and looks at you, and she says, "What do you think?"
How do you know?
Her neck cracks down and she looks at her palette, and then she looks up at you and she says, "These paints, they do not lie." And then she looks at you and says, "Would you still like a painting?"
God, yes. Please paint me a picture.
Your painting is immediately different than Olive's. It's sharp. The edges are jagged. She uses two colors to start with. She starts with black lines going across the canvas and then accents them in white. She then grabs some grays and starts to make wisps of smoke dancing between what looks like jagged, broken lightning. And you see, as she starts to come down across, a blade seems to come out through the wispy smokes. And she draws a body at the lower third. The lower third of the painting, and you recognize it immediately as yourself, lying there, and a pool of blood comes from the wound of the sword that slowly turns away from red into blue, and the last final third of the painting she ends with is just a deep, dark blue ocean that pulls away from your body and blood.
Do I remember any of this at all?
No, you don't.
Okay. Thank you. Do I feel any different other than, the crippling emotional, instability that's happening as a result of this picture?
You feel kind of like, let's do it. We'll make a will save. We'll see how you do, how you stand against this painting.
That's 15.
Pretty good.
Somewhere. Ooh, 22.
22. It doesn't cause you to break down,
Okay.
but it's very unnerving looking at this painting because it's as if you're literally looking at your own death.
It's like I'm literally
Yeah.
looking at my own
Yeah.
death. Cool.
Yeah.
Got it.
How am I
Do
feeling on
him
the
next.
nostalgia?
Do him next.
How does it make you feel when you see the picture?
Nostalgic?
Nostalgic? Good nostalgia or bad nostalgia?
Both.
Both?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll for will, or do you feel like you're doing okay when you're looking at it?
I feel a bit in between, so maybe I should roll.
Go for it. Make a will.
17?
17? You mean 13 plus 9?
Not at all that. 22.
Yeah, it doesn't cause you to break down or
Sick.
anything.
Good, okay, yeah.
But it's still unnerving seeing this
Yeah.
creature paint this picture of that night that you'd rather
Forget?
Yeah, forget.
Nice sky, though.
Yeah, it's a very nice
I
sky.
wonder what night this is.
Do you know it? Like, you know what it is?
Not
You don't know it's
directly.
Olive?
No, what? I know, but I don't know perfectly.
It's from your own backstory that you told me.
Okay. Oh, then yeah. That's what I thought. Okay. Just checking. Just checking.
Yeah, it's from your backstory you told me.
Okay, I thought you like made something up. I'm like, am I supposed to decode something you're saying?
No. No. She looks at you two.
She's like,
How about me?
You're a tough one.
She looks at you. Looks you down, kind of goes like this for a bit.
The paints, they do not like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She grabs a dark gray and does a background. And then she grabs a deep black and she draws what looks like broken pieces of a scorpion. And she stops, turns over and looks at Panya for a moment, and then begins to paint almost a perfect replica of Hakatep's mask. Coming down and crushing the scorpion. But she doesn't stop there. She takes a few moments and draws with sands, like a sandstone color, but broken pieces of a building, of a city. And you recognize in the crumbles pieces of wadi strewn about and broken from the force of the mask falling on top of it.
Because that's all we know about you.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty metal, guys.
Blink.
So we know we're all gonna die after she paints us all, right?
She looks at Chief.
Just ready in action.
Her brush empty of color.
Yeah.
She also takes a moment and looks towards the darkness.
I'm gonna step out of it.
There he is.
What else? What other truths can your paints show? The past, yes. But what about our futures? Can you show me something from my future?
She looks at you and she says, "It's dangerous to know what lies ahead of you."
Rodrigo has a look in his eye and he's like, I would chance that danger, yes. Please, show me.
Okay, so she begins to paint. She starts at the bottom, a sphere, half of it. Music begins to play. She paints.
God, she's Bob Rossing it. A happy little tree.
Anya and Olive start doing strange dance moves together like this.
Yeah, and I'll come and stand right beside her watching as the painting is
She
unfurls.
paints the sphere, and she begins to paint it like a sandstone texture. A blue sky above it, and in the sky she draws a triangle, and then a few other triangles, and more just dozens of triangles in the sky. But then she pauses and looks at you, and she draws the form of a woman lying there. And there's just something about the piece where the triangles in the sky are so imposing that it's the only thing that, and the piece calls to it. It draws your eye there, and it's just so empty and desolate and lonely and forgotten about this woman.
I'm going to take the painting once she's done. I literally just take it off the easel.
Let's see if she reacts to that.
Not as if I'm destroying it.
Yeah.
Just as if
Yeah.
I'm keeping it.
She watches you as you're looking at it. And she just says, "I warned you." And then she looks over at Chief. Oh yeah, and Neith.
Where does everybody get? We all get.
It's almost like she knew we were coming.
Oh, stupid lady.
Potentially we were coming. You never know.
We don't get to hear needs.
Oh, you want me to do Neith?
I want to hear needs.
Okay. So, with Neith, she draws a similar motif that has been seen in a lot of these. A sandstone triangle and a blue sky. And sand wisping around with black clouds. And there's just in the sand, she's kind of blending in what looks like broken bones, buried away to time. And it seems like ages and years of just forgotten dead. And then you see Neith drawn in. It's one of the, apart from Panya's, it's the only one that actually has a person in it. That's one of the party. She draws Neith in at the in the middle of the pyramid, and you guys notice that there's just two chains, one going from her leg, attaching her to it, and then another going from her hand, attaching it to it, and then she finishes it off with two wings coming out of the pyramid, and then she stops.
Hmm.
That's suspect. I don't know.
If you wish not to see,
Can I see?
only he can.
Yeah. Paint me.
Past or future?
Surprise me.
Just now.
She draws you standing there in shock and pain, your sword shattered.
Oh, fuck.
Coming up in front of you
Yeah.
is a dusty whirlwind, holding a spear through your chest. Blood pooling out of it. And your skin, she then starts to just slowly turn it gray.
Oh.
And the whirlwind takes the form of a div. And
Looks at me.
it's just basically in one hand is the spear in the other.
Yeah.
You just see she finishes off with just wispy pieces of you, almost like an essence, going into a bottle the creature's holding.
Fucking wow.
It's a neat party trick.
What's your name?
Asutitha.
Asutitha.
Nice to meet you.
What does she smell like?
Oh,
You
shit.
kind of smell her? Or just
Yeah.
what the room kind of smells like oils and paints.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it smells like chemically enough that we can't actually smell how rancid this
You can
is.
try to go closer to her if you want. Just like go like get a smell on her.
Yeah, I want to know.
Sure, you go up and smell. She smells decayed. Yeah.
Got it.
She's undead.
How was your fun painting?
So of note, everyone has seen everyone's painting. She did
Okay.
not do them secretly.
Oh, good to know.
She then just starts to walk around the room and hums again. She's keeping an eye on you because you're the only one holding the canvas.
And is it like a parchment? Could I like roll it up?
Yeah, you can roll it up.
Is it like a parchment? Is it like a
It's
parchment?
paper. It's paper.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's not skin.
It's not skin.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know.
Like
Skin wouldn't hold paint well, is what you imagine.
Good. Roll my painting check.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's all well and good. I'm gonna take a look around the room at some of the
The bodies?
nasty grossness.
Sure.
Who's this fucking div? Do I recognize this div?
It's not Tulin, if you're wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not Tulin.
32.
So, as you're looking at the bodies, you notice that a lot of them are, their armor on that they have has been decayed away to age, but there's some pieces that remain, and they all have symbols of Saranre on them. So, and they seem to be like almost crucified on the wall.
They're paladins that got shanked and screwed.
And she's just having a great old time in here, surrounded by these bodies.
Like, I don't know.
She doesn't seem to pay attention to the bodies. As you're looking, you also find a few other canvases rolled up, tucked away, and there's a few other empty pallets there next to them.
What's
If I try to look at them, does she get all shitty?
She doesn't seem to care. She's still kind of just watching Rodrigo, who's actually holding the painting.
Okay, can I take a look at the painting?
Sure, you can unroll one. As you unroll all three of them, one of them is an empty canvas. The other one shows it's a big, strong man and he's looking up at some sort of creature who's dangling on a string a little crocodile head and is looking down at him. And the guy's like, no!
We should also keep that painting. Rathos is gonna love it.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a close look at the statue.
Sure,
Go up to
sure.
The statue.
The third painting, it doesn't really seem to mean anything to you. It's just basically waves of red with small little black orbs in it. But you can't seem to find anything of direct meaning from it.
Okay.
It's more avant-garde. It was her period where she was being a bit, a bit.
Just wait until you get into her cubism
Experimental.
section.
Yeah. Pointillism. Sick.
25.
The statue is of Elrish Kagol, which is quite obvious. You guys have seen her many a times. But this one is like the most grand statue. And while studying the statue, you kind of like look over the room, and this is obviously like a church type setting where they would do worship for her.
Yeah.
You say you're showing me my future. But this looks like something out of my past. Tell me, who do your paints speak to? Where do they get their knowledge?
Her bones crack as she looks at you, and she says, sometimes our fear of the future comes from the past. This is the resolution of this line, and the paints just made it happen.
Who's that?
I immediately roll up the painting.
Yeah.
Was the paint still wet?
The paint was actually never
Correct.
wet.
The paint was never wet.
Just immediately dry.
He just shakes it. It's blank canvas again.
I feel it would be remiss if I did not pay you for your services. How much for this painting?
She points to a small little dish, and there's just a few silver coins inside.
Takes the silver coins.
I'm gonna put I'm gonna put the painting into my backpack.
Sure. Sure.
And if Rodrigo's hand shakes when he drops her in a gold piece, yeah, he conceals it well.
Sure. Give me a bluff check.
A handshake check.
18.
Why don't you guys all give me a sense motive if you're watching Rodrigo do this.
Oh,
if you're not,
I'm watching him.
That was my
I'm
last
curious.
gold piece. I kept it.
16.
Don't worry, I'm carrying all of the gold.
12.
Rodrigo's fine. You see no shake in his hand. He is as confident and with as extreme swagger as always.
Extreme swagger.
Yeah. Otherwise, she seems happy that you paid for the painting.
Can I look in behind the statue, against that wall up here, if there's any other secret passages or rooms or whatever?
Sure.
Want to do a perception?
Yeah, please.
36.
This room is. There seems to be no other hidden things. This is the end of this line.
That's good.
I want to look away, but yeah, I'm like literally gonna scour this room for a snake tile.
So he just looked. He couldn't find anything.
Well, I don't know that, and I got 12. So
You got 12?
So he's also
You
missing
find
things.
it.
God damn it.
Yeah, I don't like this, like at all.
What don't
So-
you like? What don't you like?
What don't I like?
What you find
Yes.
in the back is a small little steel box.
What's in the box?
Just a bag.
Full of?
You open the bag,
Sure.
a bunch of stuff falls out.
Like what?
A sword, 2 potions,
Wow.
and a vault tile.
With a snake on it.
Really?
Yep.
How did she?
It's because these things aren't real and he's fucked, is what's happening right now.
No, you actually got
Yes!
the ceramic tile.
Yes! What are the 2 potions? Do I know what they are?
You can taste them and just try them.
One is death.
Good thing I only
The other
tasted
one
it.
is legitimately just blood.
Potion of blue liquid, potion of white liquid.
So what's the numbers of those at the bottom?
4, 2, and 4, 3.
4-2 is a potion of displacement,
Oh, good.
and potion 3 is a potion of fly.
Bye.
Welcome to the skies.
So the reason for that was because Ankep, you were looking for like things and
Yeah.
exits, so that's what happened there.
I was checking the wall.
Yeah.
That's true.
The bag itself was also a bag of holding.
Sick!
That sword was wrapped up,
Yeah,
notably.
what's with the sword?
It's just a sword.
I've never seen a more generic sword in my life.
It's just great sword. That's what it listed as.
Great sword.
Great sword.
I'm just gonna put that.
It's actually a great sword, though,
Yeah.
so it's still pretty generic.
Very clever, Rodrigo.
Thank you.
Fuck. Brown bag.
Nice. Sick.
Bag of holding.
Thank you.
Lucky.
Bag of holding what? Level.
Level 1.
Oh, can it just be like not level 1 so I can put all this fucking shit?
Sorry, bag of
in
holding
there?
type 2. No, it holds lots of stuff.
Take 2.
We have to wrap up all the sharp stuff, though, or else it will puncture the bag of holding, and then we lose all our shit.
Yeah.
I think I, like,
Let's
need to-
unburden ourselves a little, people.
Well, let's don't put sharp objects in it.
Why? The great sword was in it, and it was fine.
But it wasn't being
I love
walked
that
around
weapon,
with.
OC Brad.
So, like, I'm gonna need to ask the DM this because it's never come up before. If I put a bee larva in here, it's not gonna like suffocate or anything.
No.
Yes.
Yes. It's a vacuum. It's a
Yeah.
cold, airless vacuum.
Bag of holding
But
has a
it's
certain amount
like-
of air inside of it.
So you can't put a person in
You
there.
can't put a person.
You can
in
put them in for a certain amount of time.
it. It's like
and then
15
rip.
minutes. Yeah.
What kind of shitty vacuum is it?
Well, it's
10
a-
minutes.
It's another dimension.
Okay, I won't put the
Can
bee
we like
larva in
just
it.
keep his head out so it's just like his body in the
What do you
vacuum?
can so you can
Yes,
suffocate
you-
someone
you
by putting their
could.
head in it?
Yeah.
Like a normal bag.
Yeah.
New weapon.
Like,
This is just a normal bag.
Like any bag.
This is a normal murder bag.
Murder bag.
Type 2, potion of flying, potion of displacement. What's potion of displacements do? Anybody know?
50% miss chance for 2 minutes. Sorry, 3 rounds. You can fly for 3 minutes with that potion. So this the lady's just walking around, her bones cracking.
Just having a good time.
Yep. She starts pulling out some more canvas and setting it up on the easels.
How many does she set up?
She sets up 4.
Interesting.
Show me my past.
She looks at you and says, "The paints have already spoken to you."
Okay.
What about for our pig and cat? Can we get a cute animal portrait?
She just says, "They have no feeling. They are just vessels."
I am a
Cute.
bit offended.
Yeah, I note that and I'm like, oh god, that's frightening.
Like you know.
She points to the pig and says, "You are but a familiar. You hold spells. You are something." Nyx actually doesn't react to her. He just says, she just says, you hold something. That's your purpose. And then she just goes to
Purple hat.
Orc
I like-
boink setter.
I'm no longer in love with this weird painting Skeletor.
Then I
Animal
suggest we
activist.
should make our way free.
There's gotta be something else in here.
We can go back to the mud room.
The mud pit probably has a giant monster under it.
Yeah, we know that it does.
Do we?
Yeah, it has the
That's where the Sphinx is.
that's where the Sphinx is. We were told that.
Oh.
Great idea.
But I still say we should go back there because we have the 3 ceramic tiles to put in the wall. There's a spot on the wall to put them up. Because we have to fight the Sphinx eventually anyway. Like right
Is it
now,
northwest?
Our-
Northeast?
right now
No,
our choices
back the way
are
we
go
came.
and go and fight the cultists, or go and fight the Sphinx?
Or find the shadow.
What shadow?
I want to go that way.
There were 3 servants of Erishkigal that survived.
The
One
demon.
was a shadow.
The demon.
Yeah, I didn't
No.
notice that.
There was a demon, the child of Erishkigal, and a shadow.
I thought one of them was the cultist.
The shadow, Sargoda.
No. So we have to defeat 4 things.
No,
What about the cultists?
the cultists aren't Erishkigal.
No, they're not.
No.
But we still have to do something with them. They're not going to just...
They're afraid. The Sphinx they're holed up and they're just gonna pee their pants in the corner until
I'm
they
gonna
get
go this
desperate.
way. I'm just gonna start going that
You're just
way.
gonna start walking that
Yeah.
Anya,
way? Panya's walking away.
wait!
Wait, does she have to go through the mudroom to get there?
Technically.
Yeah, you have to go through the mudroom to get there.
Yeah, watch out
There?
for the hollow
Yeah.
floor.
I thought we were here.
No,
We're right
we're
in
in here. We're in this room here, so you have to go down all the way around and back up.
Oh, it's garbage.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start going.
Yeah,
I
Panya's
want to
making her
go
way,
that way.
Panya's making her way down the hallway.
Okay. We need to get that mask off her.
Why?
Because that's what's making her go that way.
While they're walking, I'm going to wait behind.
I'm
to
not
speak
walking.
to the painting lady.
I'll follow. I'll
She's
try to,
following you
hold
through.
on!
What?
A hardy jaunt.
Are we? What do you think we should do?
No, I'm agreeing, but I'm waiting a moment. I want to ask the painting lady a question.
And so,
You want some private time with her?
What I'm saying is I don't know when it's my turn, so I'm just waiting.
Yeah, you can go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What will you do when this temple is abandoned at last and the desert claims it? Where will you go?
She walks to the scroll rack that the things are in, and she kind of just pushes some away and pulls out a scroll. And then she just holds it open to you, and it's just a splotty, battered mess of paint and colors. And there seems to be the form of broken bones. And she just looks at you and she says, "These paints never lie." And then she scrolls and rolls them up.
Thank you for your painting.
she painted herself.
And I follow after them, entirely fucking unnerved.
Okay,
I'm
then
following
Yeah,
along.
I'll keep pace.
I don't know why you're taking so long.
Are we stopped in the mudroom?
So you guys are making your way down the hallway? Let me just roll some dice.
First girl's just like, oh,
As you guys pass the room with the paladin, why don't you guys make perception checks?
Sure.
The paladin's been eaten.
30.
1.
28.
29.
Cool, you guys don't see anything.
Sick.
She's dead. Paladin's dead. Rip.
Still
She's
walking.
already dead.
Oh no.
Super dead.
Doubly dead.
So you guys
She's
are
dead.
crossing near the mud room,
Yeah.
where they're
Oh,
just
floors.
further north. Panya wants to go.
Yeah.
We should put the tiles in.
You want to unlock the... Hold on. Wait. Pania, wait.
Are you waiting, or are you gonna keep going?
I'm like waiting, but I'm mad. I'm just like, what?
You know what's up there.
I have to go there. I have to go there now.
Maybe you should take the mask off.
Excuse me?
It's what's calling.
I don't care. This mask is a part of me now.
All right.
Rodrigo's gonna start smiling, looking directly at Chief, just like... We just had a fight about this last session.
Yeah, literally.
He told us we could trust you with it. I told him you were going to become a part of Hackatap.
We just need to go there and I will make everything okay.
How?
I just trust me.
We're gonna take a break for YouTube.